Hey guys, Mtgnoob here. I decided to do a draft, so let's get into it. First and foremost, I'm going to be slamming this Fire Main Angel because I've never actually gotten a chance to experience playing with it. Unfortunately for us, there's two amazing Boros cards in the pack, and a pretty good card in either Gruul or Boros. Then there's a Guildgate and a Tiger, so maybe we might wheel something, but for every other deck, there's a little bit of something. This is good in Dimir and Orzhov. This is very good in Simic, as is this. So I don't expect to really wheel anything. Maybe one of these two come back. But Fire Main Avenger it is. Okay, and we get past a Godless Shrine, which does keep us open. There's absolutely nothing here in Boros, and an uncommon was taken. There's a Guild Mage, a Kingpin's Pet, and a Godless Shrine. The Angry Bus, as most be calling it nowadays, tends to come back around. There's also a Guards, but I don't like non-attackers in Boros. I think we could pick up a Night Watch later on. We might probably just take the Kingpin's Pet and maybe go the Boros Orzhov colors, although passing both of these is a very strong signal. If I don't want to do that, I just snatch up the Night Watch. So it's kind of a tough pick. It's really between Night Watch, take the Godless Shrine for the ticks, take the Kingpin's Pet, or the Guild Mage. I think I'm going to take the Kingpin's Pet here. Okay, wow. Jeez Louise. This is a pack and a half. We can continue going Orzhov and take a Killing Glare, or we can take a very good card in Boros Elite, Bomber Corpse, which isn't as good, or Daring Skyjack. I think taking the Skyjack keeps us base white, and I think it's pretty good. Elite is also very good, but I think Skyjack's a little bit better. If I was going to play the quote-unquote Brozov combination, I would be taking the Killing Glare, but I'd rather just try to stay Boros for a change. Okay, and we don't get anything too spectacular. In Orzhov, which is I'm pretty glad I took this there. There's a third Angry Bus, another Cloudfin Raptor, Foil Swamp, which is nice. I think I just take the Denizen over the Protector, although the Protector is very good. I find it a little bit slow, and taking early Denizens is really nice, especially if you open something like Assemble the Legion. Okay, Thunderfist is a good dude, but I don't think I pass another Urbis Protector. I don't take the Devour Flesh, although that is a really good card. There's still some other stuff flowing around. This is a good high end of the curve card, so I'm okay with playing one of them. I tend to think the 4/4 Angel is just ridiculous. Okay, this pack is insane. Apparently nobody's in these colors. Ember Beast is really good, especially I think it's a little bit better in Gruul. Shanktail is one of the best tricks, but I tend to like Homing Lightning as a removal spell. Nothing will probably wheel from that pack, but geez, Homing Lightning is fine. Here's a Night Watch over a Bus. I think we're going to take the Night Watch here. Night Watch is very good, especially with one Denizen, and it's probably one of the better Boros commons that you can get. If you're behind in Boros and you end up with a Night Watch on the field, you can kind of get back in the game, although not amazing, but it does happen. Okay, here's our nutty pack back, and we'll gladly take a Scorchwalker. We can take two Night Watch. With two Denizen, it's kind of good, like kind of really good. But we're kind of a mid-range Boros deck, so I'd rather not do that. I think we probably take the Angry Bus here, but it is a very close Night Watch, I would say. The Bus is very good in Boros. I think I'm going to hide the Kingpin's Pet because currently I don't want to splash rare. I mean, having more of these for this is really good. I don't think I'm going to play either of these cards. I can hate a Naturalize in case I open Assembled Legions, and we are somewhat weak to flyers. But I think I'm just going to take a Foil Swamp for the collection. Ooh, nothing. Take the white card. Alright, so pack 1 we did pretty okay for ourselves. I'm pretty happy with double Denizen. Definitely happy with a Fire Main Angel. and a Homing Lightning is always great. But that insane pack, nothing came back, which is unfortunate. But we thought that might be the case. Now we're most likely, due to poor signaling by us, we're gonna be cut this pack, I would assume. So we might end up with a subpar deck unless we open like a Boros Reckoner or something really balmy on color over the next 2 packs, which would be really, really nice. I'd like that. The Mtgnoob clicks like on that. I'm kind of glad I didn't jump into Orzhov though, after taking the Kingpin's Pet and potentially taking the Death Glare, whatever the hell it's called, Killing Glare, I believe. Okay, we open up our pack, and unfortunately, there is not much for us here. Like, really nothing. This doesn't do anything. I think we just take the arrow maneuvers. We have 8 creatures. It is a really good trick. There's nothing off the splash. We can take the Guildgate or the Tiger or the Red Denizen, but I tend not to like most of these cards. Like, if this wheels to us, it's fine. I'd rather be trying to build an aggressive Boros deck. I don't know if we're going to get a lot of white support this game because of the fact that we did ship a lot of good Boros cards to our left. Okay, this is a really good pack. I think we snap take the mugging, although I feel like we could use either one of these and hopefully one of them wheels. There's a Slaughterhorn here too. And they probably took a Grisly Spectacle. If I'd have to think they took a common there. It might have been a Spectacle. Okay, we get our next pack, and it's a doozy, but it is not a doozy for us. We're going to take this white Denizen as I can't see how having too few Denizens is a bad thing. Scorchwalker's nice. We have a little oinky oink here. Gruul Guildmage is probably a sign we should jump into Gruul, but I'm going to try to stay disciplined and soak up all the white cards. So in pack 3, we get the white cards and our partner to the right won't see. Okay, in this pack we have a clear signal that Simic's open, but usually one isn't Simic open. We can take an Assault Griffin here, which I'd really like. It is a white creature. We have a bunch, and it is a flyer, but our 4s are a little tight. I kind of almost want the Skinbrand Goblin, since we can play it out as a 2-drop and trigger some Battalion with this, and the Skyjack, of course. I think it's got to be the Goblin over the Assault Griffin, but I'm very fond of the Assault Griffin. Excuse me, the Assault Griffin. And if I want to be cutting all the white, I think I take the Griffin here. It's so good with this. I'm going to take the Assault Griffin. If we're more mid-rangey, it's my own fault. All right, this is an awesome pack. We just slam this Sky Knight Legionnaire. Infantry's great. Fortress Cyclops is pretty good. Maybe one of them wheels, highly doubt it. There's some green flowing our way. Okay, here's a Prism. If we did want to splash into a 3rd color, it would make our life easier, but I don't think that's the case. I'm going to take the Hellraiser Goblin, but I kind of hate him. I feel that he really walks you into bad blocks. But the thing is, with a Fireman main Avenger off of a haste, that's amazing. Like, can't get much better. This is a gift. Sure. I'll take some Wojak Halberdiers. I think I'm going to take the Massive Raid, but 2 Bomber Cores is pretty sweet. We have 2 really solid pieces of removal. Massive Raid is not going to wheel to us. Double Bomber Core is really, really nice. Having a little bit of a machine gun going is pretty strong. But Massive Raid just sometimes just finishes the deal. I think Massive Raid is a little bit better than a Bomber Core, but with only 13 creatures, I'm going to hedge my bets here and take a Bomber Core. Alright, so this is the pack that we talked about. I don't really want this Guildgate, so I'll snatch up the Zerichi Tiger and hide it for now. Wow, we get a gift here because this Skinbrand Goblin came back, and I am okay with that. And this Scorchwalker came back. So we have a deck currently. We're going to really get to cherry pick what we want from pack 3 and really kind of do it up real nice. We can take the Boros Guildgate here, but I think the Snapjaw is a fine hack, especially if they have a way to give it evasion or trample or something very annoying. We did see a Gruul Guild Mage, so I think taking that away is fine. I usually feel that Snapjaw isn't amazing against Boros, and we are Boros, so we could have just taken a Guildgate for the hell of it, but hey, why not? We'll just take one now. And no, I don't want structural collapse, and don't take that as a sign, because nobody plays structural collapse. Of course, now, like, the person who's watching this is insta-offended and like, oh, Mtgnoob, I used to like you, but now that you said I can't play structural collapse, you suck, sir. Alright, so let's open a bomb and hope to get some more 2-drops. Like a True Fire Paladin would be amazing in this deck. Another mugging or some sort of removal spell. Angelic Edict for the bigger drops would be nice. We have 16 creatures. We look to be playing most, if not all of these. We also have Night Watch, which is more or less more than 16 at 17. So that's always good. Bazinga. Channel a little Sheldon there, and we snap take this Reckoner. It's quite unfortunate because this pack is the nut for us. As Arrows of Justice or Angelic Edict, I would have insta-slammed along with Boros Elite. Maybe somebody isn't in our colors, but wow. I'll gladly take a Reckoner and wish it was real life. Well, there's a Spectacle here, which is very annoying, but I don't think I hate it out. We could take another Assault Griffin, but I think with all these creatures, we probably just want another Goblin here. I think we're at a point where we're gonna kind of have to start making cuts, and I think I do like a second evasion creature over the Goblin. The Goblin did wheel last time, but I can't see how it wheels this time. We could probably pick up another aerial maneuvers, but this pack isn't very deep. It's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playables, maybe 6. So I think we play this over this, although I do love me some Assault Griffins. I don't want to have a slow Boros deck if I could avoid it. Okay, we have a pretty nice pack. I think we just insta-take the Ember Beast, and hopefully we wheel this. I'd like to pick up the Gyre Sage. It's a few ticks now, and I'd like to hate this out. These cards are very good against us if the game goes long. Okay, well, I did ask for a True Fire Paladin, so I think I have to take it and hopefully wheel one of these two. This deck is getting nutty. This deck is very nutty. I mean, oh god, I don't even know what to do. Like, I love me some Warmind Infantry, but double Ember Beast with all these 2-drops, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 is really good. I'm going to take the Warmind Infantry, though, because although Ember Beast is good, we don't have anything like Pit Fights or anything like that. We have picked up our fair share of red creatures along the way, so Triple Denizen might actually not be a thing anymore. We may have to just start cutting it for other stuff. But currently, the deck is looking very solid, where we might not even want this late end stuff, and we might want to cut some of these. The bust still stays. If we could pick up like a Madcap Skills or 2 over the next 10 picks, that would make the deck very good. Of course, we'd also take a Massive Raid or a Mugging or another Homing Lightning or something of that. Okay, this pack's pretty ridiculous. We have a chance at another massive raid, but I feel like Martial Glory is just one of the tricks we really want in this deck. Finally, a pack that whiffs for us. We can take a Righteous Charge here, and I almost, with 21 creatures, 22 if you count Night Watch, wouldn't mind running it. I don't think we want anything else. There's an off chance we wheel that Hold the Gates, but I think we just take this over Prism and taking away that, although this is a problem. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to play this, though, to be honest. But it does seem like an option, so let's take it. Okay, here's that pack where we thought aerial maneuvers might wheel. So since we do have some flyers, we will soak this up. This card's going to be a little bit difficult for us to handle, but hopefully we just beat them before that happens. I don't think I want to play another Armor Transport since my 3-drops are very clunky. I'm just going to start hacking picks here. if I need to. I'll take the gate here just in case, although Thespian Sage is pretty decent. I think I'll just take another on-color gate in case we wheel it. Sure. Sure. Come on, hold the gates. I think that hold the gates pack. Wow, Debtor's Pulpit. Sure. Super late Debtor's Pulpit. Have some tapping going down. All right, I don't think in the last two packs. Oh, I thought wrong. We did get to hold the gates back. All right, fair enough. We have a crazy deck. I'm just going to hope we don't get mana screwed or mana flooded or we build it correctly. I tend to feel when we don't have enough playables, I usually build my deck wrong. So let me know what you would put in. We'll go through the build. Okay, so let's bring in all the stuff we definitely want to play. We definitely want mugging. I would say we want most of these 2-drops that I'm pulling to the right. I would say we would want this. I always like playing a Warmind Infantry, and I'd usually like to be playing these guys. We'll be bringing this Reckoner, this True Fire Paladin, this Martial Glory, the Halberdiers, Sky Knight Legionnaire, and the Firemane Angel. And we'll usually be playing this, but I don't think it's going to make the cut. We do have 2, though. We have a lot of quality creatures to pick from. Just making sure we get them all in there. Okay, Zarishi Tiger, I probably don't want. Debtor's Pulpit. I think we want this, but I'm not sure. So this is the deck so far. So I'm going to put all the tricks that I would like in, or spells. Aerial Maneuver is great, but I think it comes in out of the board instead of the Martial Glory. So we're going to put those over there. We have 2 gates. Hold the gates is great, but I don't think it's a thing in our deck. I mean, a lot of vigilance is really nice. This is a good card, but we might want to fine-tune the deck where we don't play a lot of late game drops, as would be the same thing with this. Righteous Charge is an option if we're trying to stop at 4. So I'm going to start building the deck where we're stopping at 4 and trying to get all this stuff in. We have 10 more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we could fit 12 things. We could fit 10 things. I mean, I'd like to honestly build this deck as a deck that plays 16 mana. So that might be an option. And if that's the case, then we'll see what we can do. We got to make 2 cuts if we want to play a deck that plays 16 mana here. Obviously, this is too slow, too slow, too slow, too slow. Possible, but most likely not. So if we're playing 16 mana, we got to make 1 cut here. These Scorchwalkers are most likely 3-drops. So let's see how many white creatures we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be enough. Don't know if Double Hellraiser Goblin is going to be good or bad. I honestly think the cut is going to be between Armored Transport and Righteous Charge and Ember Beast. But I don't think any of these cards really deserve to be on the sideline. I think they all have their place in this deck. I think if we're going 16 lands, we're playing Righteous Charge. And I think if we're playing Righteous Charge, we probably want the bus. Although this guy off of the attacks is really good. But he's the only card in the deck that really kind of depends on something else. That being said, he's also a red creature. So we'll be keeping a red creature off the sideline. So we're playing 20 creatures. Our spells are Mugging, Martial Glory, Righteous Charge, Homing Lightning. Seems pretty sweet to me. I think this is a solid deck. I think the way we lose this is if we're overly greedy. Like if I wanted a surefire thing, I'd probably cut the transport, and then play 17 lands, because we do have some mana sinks, like Truefire Paladin is a mana sink, but I think we could get away with just playing all of the all the lands. Gonna go 8/8 here. This way we have a fair share of what we need. I mean, this is double white. These things cost white, and all of our red stuff, is red. The only thing is, excuse me, Homing Lightning and Scorchwalker cost double. But I think the 8/8 split is fine. They suggested 9/7 in favor of red, but I tend not to trust the shuffler, especially if we're going like less lands. I'd rather have a split. Okay, so this has been the MTG Noob. I'll be bringing you round one shortly. Thanks for watching, and please check out the mtgnoob.com.